New this morning on your Fast Track to 7, a rush to rescue a man trapped in a grain bin. He's now home recovering from injuries after being stuck up to his chest in corn yesterday morning. It happened in Leaf Valley, Minnesota, north of Alexandria.
The Douglas County Sheriff's Office says the victim was working with a vacuum hose on top of a corn pile from inside of a shed. Another man outside of the bin noticed the vacuum slowed down, went to check on it, and found Brent Oss trapped in the grain.
Bystanders helped first responders use rescue equipment to pull him out to safety. His injuries, thankfully, are not serious.
Also new this morning, a gruesome discovery for a Minnesota realtor. The agent was getting a property in Minneapolis ready for an open house on Sunday. That's when he found a dead body stuffed inside of a garbage can.
Turns out a man had been shot multiple times and then dumped at a random house location. No arrests have been made yet, but police say they are checking nearby surveillance video for help and aid in the investigation.
New this morning, North Dakota's Superintendent of Public Instruction is running for a fourth term.
Kirsten Baszler runs the office that oversees education in grades kindergarten through 12th. She was first elected back in 2012 in her first run for statewide office.
Before that, Baszler was a teacher, library media specialist, and vice principal in the Bismarck School District. Switching gears, we've got a First Alert weather day on our hands, so let's throw things over to meteorologist Lisa Green. Lisa.
Good morning. Yes, snow is making a comeback today, and after this system rolls through, it's the cold that we're going to be watching out for. And so right now, as you're hitting the roads, you can expect to see some areas of some light snow. Not seeing anything right now in Fargo, but there are places getting some light snow showers as we speak. Temperatures at least are warming up as this system is moving through. We're at 16 degrees right now. Wind is out of the southeast at 9 miles per hour. It feels more like 4 degrees when you factor in that wind, so it doesn't feel great, but this is milder than will be for some time today. Sunset, I also want to point out, getting closer to that 5 o'clock hour, 4:59. And in Grand Forks, we're looking at some quiet weather for you too. Temperatures in this area into the teens, 15 degrees, feeling more like 0. Wind is out of the southeast at 15 miles per hour with good visibility. But yes, there are some areas getting some snow as we speak. You can see that on the radar map right now. It's scattered, so places that are quiet may eventually see some snow. Other spots might get a couple of rounds moving through over time during the day today. Zooming in a little bit more, you can see Fargo's kind of right on the edge of this, so we may see some flakes here shortly. Southeastern North Dakota, one of those areas getting some of these snow showers moving through right now. There may also be some very light flurries going on in Lakes Country, Minnesota. Northern Valley, we also have a couple of pockets here where we've got some light snow, especially north of Grand Forks, the Stephen Argyle area. Maybe seeing that snow move in, back up toward Hallock as well. And that's rolling from west to east on the warm front associated with this system moving through. Here's a look at our bus stop planner. Again, the kids may encounter some flakes as they step out and wait for the bus. Looking at temperatures that aren't too bad though, into the teens. And then this afternoon, getting into some 20s and looking at the potential for some of those flakes still hanging around. The other issue is once this snow is moving through, and that continues tonight and into early tomorrow, we may see that wind start to pick up, which could cause some blowing and drifting snow. But the flip side of that is as the colder air moves in, the wind creates another problem, and that's a wind chill. And wind chill advisory takes effect for our James River Valley viewing area, including Jamestown, and then points west. That starts 6 p.m. this evening, and then lasts until noon on Thursday for wind chills that could drop down to 35 below. So we're already talking about wind chills that could be in that dangerous range in our western viewing area in the next 24 hours. And then the rest of us get in on it as that colder air starts to take over as we move through the rest of the week and the weekend. So tomorrow's the start of it, and the coldest air of this cold air outbreak will likely be right over the valley on Sunday. Some days where we don't make it to 0 degrees here in the forecast, and those wind chills, they'll be dangerous. We're looking at 30 to 40 below. So be ready for all of this coming your way, including some snow on the roads as you're hitting the road today.
Yeah, and one more thing.
And another thing. Yes.
Yeah, so truly the first of First Alert weather weekend.
Yes, we've got several days, and you know, like the days in between these First Alert weather days are also going to be hazardous because of the wind chill factor. So we want you to keep that in mind. Each day you're going to want to be careful and make sure you've got your winter survival kit in your car and you're dressing appropriately for this colder weather.
Yeah.
3 First Alert weather days, a triple threat. Thank you, Lisa.
6:56 here on our Fast Track. Officials from Walter Reed National Military Medical Center now say U.S. Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin has been diagnosed with prostate cancer.
They say Secretary Austin underwent a minimally invasive surgery to treat and cure the cancer on December 22nd. Austin then returned home the next morning, but was readmitted to the hospital just days later with complications from the procedure.
In a briefing yesterday, a Pentagon official told reporters that Secretary Austin continues to make progress and is in, quote, good condition.
Former President Donald Trump appeared before a federal appeals court for arguments over whether he should be immune from prosecution for trying to overturn the results of the 2020 election.
The three-judge panel allegedly appeared skeptical while painting a dire picture of the future if a president cannot be charged with a crime. The Minnesota Bureau of Criminal Apprehension says it's working hard to implement the state's new clean slate law.
The recreational marijuana legislation included the expungement of certain criminal history records related to cannabis. The BCA says more than 66,000 records are eligible. Agents say expungements will begin this year to meet the January 2025 deadline.
A big reminder this morning about MAP bus changes that are starting this weekend for the FM Metro. Beginning on Saturday, all fixed routes and paratransit services will end at 8:15 p.m. on Saturdays instead of 10:15.
Also starting Saturday, routes 6, 9, and 16 will not run on Saturdays. And Route 13 will be reduced to hourly service only on Saturdays. As you can see, for now, changes are only for Saturday service. This is because of chronic staffing shortages.
And this morning, we're jumping outside for a live look at the Holy Cross Church in West Fargo. There it is on your screen. Later today, they'll raise their new bell tower into place. Now, the bell tower is the final piece of that frame being constructed for the new church building.
The building is set to be over 18,000 square feet and will be able to seat over 10,000 worshipers for Sunday Mass and other events. Employees of the church are in the process of moving into new offices that were constructed for the parish, with the rest of the church scheduled to be finished by December of this year.
Winter weather finally cooperating. Here's the silver lining to these temperatures. The Fargo Park District now able to start opening their outdoor skating rinks for the season officially today. The first rinks to open along with those warming houses will be at Kennedy Park, Centennial Park, and Lemke Park, with the rest opening as ice conditions allow.
Warming houses are staffed and open Monday through Friday from 4 to 8 p.m. and Saturday and Sunday noon to 8. This safety note, though, warming houses will close earlier than scheduled on evenings when temperatures hit 10 below or when wind chills are 30 below.
The Today Show and CBS Mornings just about to start, but the Valley Today rolls on with more live up-to-the-minute news and weather on the Fargo CW, of course. But if you're heading out the door, bundle up, get those layers out, make sure your car is packed with that emergency kit. This winter weather is here, and it's no joke.
Get that auto start running now. See you back here tomorrow.